I'm live! I decided instead of filming a vlog and then uploading it, all that stuff, I would just live stream it, and that makes it easy. So, after spring last year, when I was planning on all of this stuff, it completely didn't happen. We're kind of doubling down this year. I'm going to be starting right now, this very moment, some indoor gardening. I've already got some strawberries going right there that are left over from the spring, and I'm gonna plant potatoes today. And then behind me is a beehive. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff this year because there's going to be bees involved. It's bigger than me now. This is a lot that I'm taking on. Additionally, something else that we started about 2 months ago is I started a worm bucket, which my daughter has been really into, and I'm grateful that she's actually enjoying worms instead of like being grossed out by them. So it's my worm bucket. You can see inside I just have some cardboard on top right now because worms like cardboard. And here's my shredded paper. I've got a couple of vegetables and stuff down there, and it's not much to look at. I mean, they're worms. But it's surprisingly easy. You know, I just got red wigglers from a bait shop, tossed them in the bucket with a bunch of shredded up paper and some veggies. And it seems to me that the secret is making sure that they don't get too much or too little moisture. The worms are pretty okay with a little too much moisture, but that's when you start getting pests like mites and black fly. Not black fly, but little black gnats and things. So you got to keep the moisture level down so that you don't get pests, but up so that you don't dry out your worms. That's kind of a balancing point, but it's not like you have to do it every day. I come down here and I check on them like maybe once a week, and I'll make some very small adjustments if I think they need it, and I might give them some food if I think they need it, but that's it. They're real easy. So, we're starting out with potatoes today, indoor potatoes, in these 5-gallon buckets that I got for free from a construction guy. And they were just paint buckets. 5-gallon paint buckets. He was just going to throw them away. I asked if I could have them. Boom, there we go. And I already put 1/4-inch holes in the bottom for drainage. And I put some gravel in the bottom. A couple inches of dirt. And let me, can I switch the camera around here? I don't think I can. That's a little bit annoying. Well, anyway. This bucket, I'm mixing dirt. This has some mulch that I've been growing and some topsoil with sand mixed in for additional drainage. So I'm going to mix that up, and that's going to go on top of my potatoes. The potatoes themselves are over here. You can see not all of them have roots on them, which makes me a little nervous, but I got some rooting powder, so that should all be good. A couple of them look like they might have the very beginnings of some mold. I just got to keep an eye on them, I guess. Maybe I'll cut that little bit off. But these ones with roots on them should take pretty quickly. And that's the plan. So, other indoor projects are going to be pretty limited this year. We're just going to be growing the potatoes and assembling the beehive. And hopefully I'll be able to actually get bees. It costs like $150 to get the bees to put in the beehive, unless I'm able to trap a swarm on my own, which I'm considering. But doing the research, it seems like it's a little difficult, and it would definitely be happening later in the year, which would mean less honey production, and that's okay. Like, I'm not really doing this to make money, so if I don't get a whole ton of honey production, that's okay. I'm doing it because I want to use the honey to make mead and to give as gifts. And if I sell some, then that's great. And I'll probably, if anything, I'll probably end up selling the beeswax or giving it to friends who use that stuff for crafts. So that's my current update. I'll have to do another one for outside. There have been a bunch of changes in our backyard already. We've had a couple of nice warm days this winter. As scary as those can be, it provided a great opportunity for me and my daughter to get into the backyard and start cleaning stuff out and getting ready for the spring, and getting her excited for the spring, which is good. It helps keep me motivated too. So let's get some potatoes planted, huh? Maybe it'll be a little bit boring to watch me plant potatoes, but if I can get the camera set up well, then it might help. Also, let's see here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So, first thing I gotta do, because I got a couple inches of dirt in the bottom of these 3 buckets that I'm planting in. Let me back up a little bit here. These 3 buckets I'm planting in today, and they've already got a couple inches of dirt. I'm going to put 4 half potatoes in each of them, like these. Now, these with the roots on them, I could probably just put them straight in, like so. But these with no roots on them, I'm going to grab a bit of this rooting powder here, and just sprinkle a little bit of rooting powder on it. Set that in. It's another, and definitely have to wash your hands after handling this stuff. This is not something that you should just be super flippant about. I mean, I guess you could be, but... Alright. Come on, rooting powder. There we go. There. A little bit on this one. One thing that's always frustrated me about this rooting powder is there's no instructions on it. And I've tried using it a whole bunch of different ways, like mixing up some water and dipping stuff straight into the rooting powder, and applying the powder like this. I don't really know that any... Wow, that was a lot. Any one way works better than another. So I just try not to worry about it a lot. I mean, it's just there to help. The plant's going to do the hard work on its own. Alright. Now this has some mulch that needs mixed in. And we want to get about 4 inches of dirt on here, as I'm to understand. But again, it's not that big of a deal. We're just gonna try and get it evenly spread over it. make sure I am getting a couple of inches. I don't have a ton of dirt. That's one really weird restriction that I've been working with is I don't have a lot of topsoil to work with. Very limited in that respect. Like, and by topsoil, I mean good, fertile, loose soil. Of course I can go in my backyard and just dig up some dirt. Obviously that isn't the limitation. There we go. So, in instances like these, where, especially given that it's winter, and even the option of going out and just digging up some dirt is kind of limited on account of the ground being frozen, I do try to make the soil stretch a little longer by using additives like sand and mulch. I don't really use perlite all that much, but you could. Alright, I've got a little bit left over here. Put it in this bucket. I think this one could use a little bit more. But these additives only improve the soil by increasing the drainage and the nutritional content. So it's not like I'm cheating. I'm actually being forced to do things better on account of the limitations of my resources. And then later I can like add worm castings and stuff from my worm bucket, and that'll help. So here are my 3 buckets. I'll add a little bit of water. The camera is sitting on my watering can right now. It's propped up on my watering can, so I can't water them right now, but I'll add a little bit of water and get them under the grow lights, and hopefully in a week or 2 or 3 we'll start seeing some sprouts. Appropriately enough, we're having potatoes for lunch, and they should be ready. So I'm going to end this video here, and I can update you guys again later. Thanks for watching. I hope I've got good news for you soon. Bye.